Good morning and welcome to a seed of encouragement. I got a word. It said, pick up your mat. Yes, pick up yourself. Pick yourself back up. You've stayed long enough on that mat. It's time to roll that mat and let's keep walking. Let's go. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, it's hurtful. Let it go. It's painful. Let it go. It's frustrating. Let it go. It's devastating. It has keep you under. Let it go. The man by the pool of Bethesda stayed there for 38 years. He kept making excuses. He kept remaining on the pressing floor, on the crushing floor. He has reasons, legit reasons why he can't stay there. But Jesus said, pick up your mat and go. I want us to pick up our mat. Life is not fair. Pick up your mat and go. Let it go. Let that person that hurt you go. Let that devastation news you heard, let it go. Let it go. Just let it. Drop it at the feet of Jesus. We are in this season they call falls. You see the trees dropping everything that they don't need. They are making room for the new one. They are making room for this marvelous restoration that God said is bringing your way. He said in Joel 2:25 that He's restoring the years the caterpillar, the cankerworm have eaten. He's restoring that pain. He's restoring everything that have bring so much pain to you. He said He's restoring your joy. He's bringing your peace. So let it go. Let it go. You have stayed in that grave enough. The angel asked the prophet, what are you doing in this grave? He's hiding from all the troubles. He's hiding from Jezebel. He's hiding from tribulations and trial. Yes, you've been hiding. It's time for you to come out from that grave. You have giants to slay. You have things that God has positioned in front of you. He has positioned open doors before you. He has positioned people in strategic places for you. He has lifted you up. It's time for you to come out from hiding and begin to walk on the steps that God have ordered before. He said the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord and He makes it brighter every day. But you allow this thing that happened to you. It has weighed you down. It has made you depressed. He has taken you out. I want to tell you today, let it go. The leaves, they keep falling. They're dropping. It's dropping the burden. It's dropping the hurtful words. It's dropping the disappointment. It's dropping the missed opportunities. Let it go. You've stayed long enough in this mountain. You have to come out. You have tarried in this mountain because you are having self-doubt in yourself. You are talking yourself out of it. You are now saying, oh, you can't be able. You are going around and giving yourself all the reason why you cannot go into your promised land. God said He has set the promised land ahead of you. Now walk right into it. But you are giving yourself all the reasons why you can remain in this mountain. You can remain in this valley. Instead of you to get up and move. Jesus asked the man by the pool of Bethesda, what do you want? He was telling Jesus 101 reasons why he can't get healed. Jesus just told him, pick your mat and move. And I'm telling you today, you have stayed in that crushing floor enough. It has pressed you down. I want you to pick yourself back up and walk. Drop it. Let it go. Roll that mat. Come out from that valley. Walk up that mountain. Climb it up. Because if you do not climb it up, you're not going to see the beauty that surrounds you. You have to climb up. You have to put that foot in front of the other foot and keep on walking. Keep on walking. We're going to do this. We have giant to slay. If David didn't keep going, he wouldn't have slayed the giant, right? He keeps seeking. And when he went, he has encounter with the giant and he slayed the giant because of what he was walking. And God has prepared him when he was walking in that valley, in that cave, in that grave that he was, God prepared his hand to destroy the lion and to kill the bear. And so when he come in contact with the giant, he slayed the giant. What have befallen you, God was preparing you. God was using it to teach you. God was using you to prepare you and to know that this shut door wasn't that God was going to open another doors of opportunity for you. God used it to refine you. And now God is saying, I cannot pour this new wine on an old skin. You have to make availability for me to pour in this massive restoration that is dripping, and it has to fill a container. You have to get those containers. The prophet said to the woman, go and borrow vessels. And she went and borrowed vessels. And when she borrowed the vessels, she shut her door. You have to shut your door from destruction. You have to shut the door from the thought in your head that's telling you cannot be able to do it. You have to shut the door. It's this set time. God has called you by your name. You cannot remain in that grave clothes. Tear that grave clothes away and put on a good wears. The prophet anoints their head and put a good wears on him. Anoint him. Put a fresh clothes. That's what you have to do. Anoint yourself afresh. Come out. Enough of that grave clothes. Tear it out. Jesus called you by your name. He said, you are wonderfully and fearfully made. And the thought I have for you are thought of good to give you an expected end. The earth is waiting for you. The earth is waiting for the earnest and manifestation of the children of God. Enough of the hiding. Come out. That's why the angel said to the prophet, come out from that cave. Come out. Come out. You have things to do. You have position to occupy. You have mountain to destroy. You have things to do in this world. You have a healing ministry in your hand. You have an encouraging ministry in your hand. You have to come out there and begin to do that which God has called you and equipped you for. Stop doubting yourself. Stop talking down to yourself what you are able to do and what you're not able to do. He that called you is faithful. When he called you, he predestined you. And when he predestined you, he justify you. And when he justify you, he glorify you. He say, go out there and you speak. Don't say you cannot speak, that you are small. I will put the words in your mouth for you to speak. Go out there and speak the word. Go out there and do that which God has called you to do. He has given you a spirit of boldness, not of fear. Walk that work. Enough of talking yourself out of what God has called you to do. Yes, it is hurtful, right? Let it go. The missed opportunities, let it go. That one that hurt you, let it go. Pick yourself back, drop that mat, roll it, and move. Naomi told Ruth, he said, now go and shower, go and clean yourself, and put up a good dress, and anoint yourself, perfume yourself. So that you have to do the preparation ritual for where you are going to. You have to get up. You've studied enough. You've read enough. You've studied enough. It's time for you to implement all that you've read and studied, that the Holy Spirit has prepared you for. No, get up. Let's go do this. We have to go do this. This is the time. The earth is waiting for the manifestation of children of God. Woman of God, rise up. Men of God, rise up. It's the time for us to go there and do it. That's what the Bible is saying we should do today. Drop it. Look at the trees. They are dropping everything that is being an obstruction to where they are going to. Everything that's being a barricade against them, they are dropping it. They are letting it go so that they can refuel themselves, so they can go out there and begin to do what God has said and begin to harness the benefit of the children of God. He said that the blessing is a double. A double blessing is what God is offering for all your pain. Job went through all he went through and God gave him a double. And God is saying, I'm giving you a double. I've saved the best for the last. I've saved it. When the wine runs out and Jesus tells them to go and get, the mother said, whatever Jesus said, do. And they fill up the jar with water and Jesus prayed on it. And when the chief occasioner begin to pour the wine, he said, oh, you saved the best for the last. God is saying this is the time. He's pouring his blessing. He needs you to make room. You are holding on to old stuff and there's no space for God to bless you. You want a husband, but you have occupied the front of your seat with a man that is not your husband. You have occupied your house with a man that's not your husband, with a woman that is not your wife. How can God bless you? How can God send that one to you? You have to make room. You have to make space. You have to get up and till the land. Ruth prepared herself and she went. And when she went, ooh, the man could not act himself around her. The man doesn't even know how to be himself around her. That is the anointing of God. That is what you carry. And God is asking me to tell you, what are you still doing in that cave? Why are you tarrying in that cave? Why are you still wearing the grave clothes when he has called you? He said, roll out the stone. Take away this great clothes from him. And he anointed him and he breathed life into you. God has breathed life into you. He said, go out there, multiply, produce, and subdue the earth. And you are letting the enemy walk right through you and tell you you can't be anything. Instead of you to tell the enemy to keep quiet, get that behind you, because you are the daughter, you are the son of the Most High God. And everything in this earth belongs to the God. All you need to do is to rise up. Rise up, let it go. Drop that burden at his feet. As they lived, they fell down at the bottom of the trees. Drop that body. Whatever that is weighing you down, whatever that's keeping you, whether it's spoken word, is what people do, drop it at the feet of Jesus and walk. When Jesus called, when Peter called, when the man was begging, and when Jesus called, come, people were telling him, keep quiet. Jesus doesn't have time for you, but he keeps shouting and keep yelling, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus called him. He broke the protocol. Jesus stood and called him out. What did the man do? The man threw away his clothes that he uses to beg. You know what? He has his faith already that he's healed. So he threw the clothes, he threw everything that was holding him back from going to Jesus. Anything that's holding you back from going to Jesus, let it go. Let it go. It doesn't want it. Is it a person? Is it a human being? Let it go and hold on to that which God has called you, because he that calls you prepared you. He that called you will justify you. He that calls you will sanctify you. He that called you will glorify you. Yes, he is God. He doesn't change. He is there. When you call him, he will stop. He will stood to come to you at the point where you are. He's the only one that you don't have to book appointment to talk to. He's the only one that will listen to you. He's the only one that will not use your story against you. Why not listen to him? He said it's time for us to let it go. Let it go. Because he said that because there is an oil that was produced in the season of the pressing and is dripping with restoration and glory. Where do you want it to pour it? He's not going to pour that oil in the old skin. Why? He need a new place. Make a place in your heart for Jesus. Make a place for God. He's calling you and you are hiding. No, get out. Speak to the dry bones in your life. He told the prophet, speak to the dry bones. And when he speaks, the dry bones begin to make noise. They begin to have skins and muscles. Speak to anything that is standing against your way and walk the walk that God has called you to walk. Today, he tells us, let it go. Grab your mat. You have giant to slay. I love you. Have a wonderful